Is it connecting?
Oh.
That's YouTube.
That's YouTube. There's Twitch.
Is Twitch live?
That's what it said. Yep, Twitch is live.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, everybody on YouTube, yes, we're just getting set up. If you're wondering, if you're already on the channel and you're watching us, we're just getting set up. It's the first time streaming over to YouTube. We're also testing a new plugin in OBS as well, so that way we can stream to, obviously, more than a few different platforms, from YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all that stuff, fun shit. So, yeah.
This message is for liberal.
We'll be adding probably Instagram onto there eventually, too, as well. So we can stream to Instagram. Though I don't know what limitations they have, though. Never really looked into that. Anyway. So, but we have the main YouTube chat, which you can see somewhat.
It does say we're live.
Okay.
Yep, we are live.
On YouTube?
On Twitch. I mean, TikTok.
Okay, cool.
Hey, everybody on TikTok. That's freaking great. Dude, you don't even know.
And now we can, well, not this time, but if we later on we can set up a separate canvas for Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, for TikTok. And
but they can watch it like this, or they can go like this and watch it.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, we can set up. Yeah, and we can also get the Instagram one set up as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, check the YouTube one. Live.
Yep, we are live. Okay, cool.
Now, do we have audio?
We can also get the
yeah. All right, now the big one.
We're just testing some things. We're going to test some audio real quick here before we go. We're going to test one of our ads. Yep, we are live.
It's time to check out the Dorkening Podcast Network. With over 30 podcasts that encompass everything from horror to video games to comic books, and so much more, you're bound to find the shows for your taste. Whether it be Nerds of Unusual Origin, That Strange Show, Retro with Octopus, Flash Pages, Throwdown Thursday, The Horror Squad, Still Don't Get Wet. My God, man!
Okay, everybody. We are about to begin here. We're going to be getting into gaming and the pricing of gaming and how out of control it's becoming and all that fun stuff. In the second half, we're going to get into owning physical media versus digital media, and do you really own your media? And it's really, we're doing this because in the highlight of the certain decisions Amazon recently made for the Kindle, which is, I personally think, is a very bad decision. It's going to make me question if I want to still own a Kindle or not. So, and we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's before we get into any of this stuff, let's roll the intro. And welcome, everybody. We have a great show for you today. We're going to get into the price of gaming, and is it getting out of control, especially with certain statements from Rockstar Gaming saying that they want to charge $100 for GTA 6.
Well, they're not saying they want to, but other companies want them to charge.
No, one of the people there, one of the somebody from the company.
It's another company that suggested that.
Oh,
yeah. Other companies want Rockstar to do it to push it
because they were the last ones to do the $70 thing, and then everybody else followed.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
No, that is what happened.
All right, that's weird.
If the reason why is because that way they're the scapegoat.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then they're hoping, well, if they do it, then we can do it.
Yeah. So that's our headlining topic. Like, we're going to be getting into this whole thing. We're going to be getting into the price of gaming, how out of control it is, and is it really worth it? And we're going to get into the whole idea of inflation equally and stuff like that, how it balances out and stuff. And that's not completely true, and that's not the whole story. And we're going to be getting into that. But before that, we're going to get into actually everything we've been up to the last couple of weeks. So just to kind of like get everybody new to the channel, everybody tuning in for the first time. Obviously we're Tech Prime Media. We're talking gaming and tech. But what have we been up to the last couple of weeks since last podcast?
Playing some Battle Royale.
Playing some
like the old days.
The old days, yeah, we did.
Playing some PUBG.
Yeah, we did play some PUBG.
I don't know. We got a couple chicken dinners.
Yeah, we did. And then after that, I was actually playing PUBG myself, and I realized how much, because I never tried first-person PUBG that much, and then I tried it, and I was like, "Holy crap, this is way better!
Oh, you think?
It's way better."
I know.
Like,
when it first started, it was terrible.
You can actually hide, and people are not going to find you so easy, and you can sneak around without being found. You actually have to use the peek command mechanic to actually be successful.
What's the peek command?
How you hit like E and
the lean?
Q and E. Yeah, you can leave, and that's a lot more useful because I don't have to do that if I'm third person. I can just move. I can hold Alt and just move the camera.
Well, that's what Grim didn't like about it. He liked the ability to hit alternate or whatever button he uses.
Yeah,
and be
but
like,
you can actually be sneaky in first person, which I found successful. I was a lot more successful playing first person.
I just know when it first came out, it didn't flow like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield. It was very clunky.
Oh, I don't know.
I haven't tried it since.
Oh,
it's like playing first person in Grand Theft Auto. You know,
yeah.
off.
I don't know. It wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it. But yeah, that's so. But other than that, I'm still playing Path of Exile 2. I'm fairly enjoying that. I think that's an amazing freaking game so far. And obviously, I'm still getting set up from Move. Everything's pretty much well set up, which is friggin' awesome. I have an absolutely insane setup soon. Obviously, hopefully I'll make videos soon. But I'm not sure if I want to wait and get an actual. So depending on our yearly bonus from work, like debating on getting like a fairly decent camera put on my computer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we figure something, you could probably take that one.
Oh, the Canon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The old Canon.
The old Canon, yeah.
This Canon.
Yeah. But
our security Canon.
yeah. Granted, like the thing that I did try was my iPhone 15, which works really well. The problem is it gets like super hot and it drains the battery. Like I have to connect it to like a really like a powerful, like a quick charging power supply, or it drains the battery faster than it can charge it. So, which is crazy.
What did you say? I completely like.
So when I was using it with the camera, I even had it charging, right?
Oh. Yeah.
And it was using the battery faster than I could charge it.
Oh yeah. Well, which is funny because it's just. So when you use like a regular camera,
Yeah.
You plug it in, it's just static. You're not actually recording.
Yeah.
So maybe it uses, because it's using the app or whatever, it's doing what it would be if it was recording and using that power.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, it gets really warm. It's fairly the image looks incredible.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it looks incredible. But aside from that, so I am going to switch to using a real camera, and stuff. So
I'm surprised they haven't made a freaking way to use your freaking Osmo.
well, there's no native. The problem is there's no native app for like Windows for like DJI devices to connect with, or else there would be. There's some random workarounds people have done to get that to work, but. I might just use that just to record short videos. But yeah. So, but still though, that's one thing I still haven't completely had set up yet. Is my 3D printer, because I have to take this right. The Raspberry Pi is enclosed in top, so I rebuilt my 3D printer and it runs off my Raspberry Pi now.
Oh, okay.
Completely. So, but the problem is it automatically was connecting to my network. Which it can't do now because it has no clue. So I have to take it apart and actually manually connect it to my network and tell it, hey, this is my new network. I need you to connect to, what do you call it? my new router, Alan Turing. So, yeah. I always give my routers interesting names.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
And Alan Turing in general. I mean, if you're in the tech field in general and you like computers, Alan Turing's probably someone you very greatly respect, because we wouldn't have these things if it wasn't for him. So, but yeah, so I renamed my router Alan Turing. So,
Dork.
Anyway, so I still have to do that, all that fun stuff. Anyway, and obviously one thing, really cool thing, I do have to recommend people. So, we have 100-inch TVs and over coming out soon. Okay, they already came out in China from TCL. Other companies are making them now, and they're going to be coming over here pretty soon. Okay, once they figure out logistics and all that stuff. Walmart has 98-inch ones now. But I can tell you a whole way better thing. So after I moved, we have a giant friggin' bedroom, main bedroom. And I went and bought a 100-inch projector screen. Okay. Because I was like, we have the space for it. And I can make it, and our bed's so far away, I can put up the wall above it and have it fill the entire 100-inch screen, which is awesome. And it looks great. Got some blackout curtains, and it is literally a quarter of the price than buying a friggin' 100-inch TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you get a movie theater experience, which is really cool.
Yeah, but for me, like in my bedroom and all, that's fine. But unless I'm spending a good money on the projector, you're not gonna get the same quality as a 4K TV. It's just not the same.
Well, no, it's not so much.
You got that matte screen.
Well, okay, so I'll have to send you screenshots of, because even though
won't give it justice.
Well, no. Okay, so one of the highest resolution things I have, well, two things on my server. I have things for highest resolution. I have Star Wars, the Project 77, which is the remaster of the 1977 theatrical version.
Okay,
That's true 4K, and it has one of the highest bit rates on anything I own. It's insane how much it needs to play that thing. No 4K DVD is hitting that kind of bit rate. I can tell you that right now. Or the only place you're going to see that kind of level is like a movie theater, actual movie theater. But the other thing I have is the 4K version I have of Oppenheimer, which the digital version you can get is actually pretty high quality if you get it when you buy the Blu-ray. The 4K version that you can download is incredible. And I ran that, in 4K. You could pick out like the individual like pores in his skin from the screen. It was insane.
How does that work if your projector is not even 4K?
Well, it has to downscale from 4K to 1080, which is being done by the server, which is obviously doing an amazing job to keep the quality. So that's more aligns on.
I still got to get a new projector and figure out how to project it.
Yeah, I forget what GPU I have in that server, but it's distinctly made for scaling. That's what it's designed for. That's why I bought it. So it does an incredible job without using a lot of resources. So it is partially that. I am eventually going to upgrade to a 4K projector.
Yeah, but they're expensive right now.
Yeah, they are expensive. They're coming down though. But I was blown away. I was like, holy crap! I can like see the pores on Oppenheimer's face during that interview. I was like, this is incredible.
They got some nice ones. They're about $500. And they're like this. So it's called like a capsule or something like that.
Yeah.
They're the high-end ones. And then they make really high-end ones that they're so good that they're using the projection on the wall as a background for videos, for people's YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah. Those ones, yeah.
So,
yeah. No, so that's been, but it's absolutely great for that. So, but anyway, let's get into the topic. So, price of gaming. Gaming is out of control, people. With prices, not completely. There is a lot of sites where we actually can get games for good prices, and there are a lot of indie studios and AA studios that price their games fairly. And I would say there are some games I would say is definitely worth the $70 price tag that they're getting nowadays, but they wouldn't if it wasn't for certain companies already going to 70. Because on standard now it's $70 for a game. What just came out? Civilization 7 just came out. Okay. And I'm buying that. It's $70, which I know, if you tally, so for instance, granted, this is not the same thing, but it is a scenario. If you are paying like say $10 to go to the movies, $15 to go to the movies, okay? You get 2 hours of entertainment for $15. Okay. How many hours of entertainment are you going to get out of a video game?
a lot more.
A lot more. Granted, that's a bad argument. I understand that. Because it's a piece of media you actually own. We're going to get more into that in the second half of this podcast about owning media. How it's something you actually physically own and you're paying for a long amount. And one of the things that remind me of, like, do you know how much VHSs and Betamaxes were when they first came out?
No, I don't think I was relevant.
Anyway,
As in, like, I was too young to know. You know, I was a baby.
I was too young to know, but my parents were paying that cost.
Okay. I was not relevant at the time.
No.
I was.
Granted, like, we never had a Betamax, but my sister had a friend who would bring over his Betamax.
My uncle had one.
The reason why, and that's how I learned to love horror movies, because I was like 5 or 6 years old. She'd have her boyfriend come over, bring his Betamax machine. He'd have like all the slasher movies on Betamax.
Jesus.
So since then, I've absolutely loved horror movies. So anyway, so those were like $80 to $100 a piece. Wow. The prices didn't come down till like late 80s. They didn't come down to.
And they didn't have a Suncoast.
Oh, Suncoast.
Suncoast Video.
So the things are really, really expensive. And yes, it is true. The price of inflation. So if you bought like an NES game back in like the 80s, the late 80s, you were paying like $60, $50 for that game, which would be equivalent of over $100 today. Okay. But there's a distinct difference. For one, okay, you're getting a physical copy that has to be manufactured with the plastic, the circuit board. Sometimes they had to manufacture additional circuit boards to make the game run properly. There was a lot of factors that had to be put into it, okay, to making those games. On top of that, you were actually getting a finished product.
Oh, yeah. There was no updates day one.
So
there was no internet.
You got a finished product. Everything was there. You weren't going to get an update. You weren't paying for DLC. You weren't paying for microtransactions. So that being said, you got a complete product. Say today. So if I bought, like, say, I would say one of the biggest fails I can recall from the last couple of years, right, is Battlefield, 2044 or whatever it was that came out?
2142.
2142, yeah. One of the absolute biggest fails. Is it 2142?
I don't know. Anyway, two of them. Didn't they have the same name, or they were close?
Yeah, they were close. Anyway, the last Battlefield game that came out, it was a complete failure.
And we haven't heard from it since.
It went on clear.
They got canceled.
Like about a half a year, not even half a year later, it went on clearance for like $10 or something. I still didn't buy it. I'm not buying it. I'm not playing your shit game.
And he's a Battlefield.
I've been a Battlefield addict since the first
man.
Battlefield game. I've been an addict for it. Shoot, I remember playing, like, holy crap. I remember playing the first Battlefield game on an old, like, E-machine computer ad. That I, like, bought and then upgraded.
I don't know.
And it was a cool game.
I know. I played Battlefield 2 on the 360. There was something about when, like we talked about before, with the whole generations.
Yeah.
How things just when you went from like the PlayStation 2 or Xbox to the 360 or the PlayStation 3, it was just a whole new world.
Oh yeah. Like, that doesn't happen anymore.
No, it doesn't happen anymore. But I know that when I played Call of Duty 2, like, I kind of want to do this again. I want to play Call of Duty 2 on an Xbox 360 or whatever and just get that feeling. Because I played that freaking demo at Walmart so much. It was
Call of Duty 2?
It looked so good. And I beat that level.
But then yeah.
It was so good. And then but I had the same feeling with
but even then,
Battlefield 2 on the 360, because just the way the guns looked and everything was like so good looking. But now it's just another.
But
game.
like Call of Duty, like I remember playing Call of Duty here and there, and I wasn't really super interested in it. And then when Modern Warfare, I played it again. I think it was at Grimm's house because he bought it, and I was like, "Holy crap! These mechanics are actually smooth. They actually figured shit out."
I played Finest Hour first.
Okay.
Chris Finch let me borrow it for the PlayStation 2, and I went online with it and figured out stuff like little glitches and stuff. But I was like, this is a pretty cool game. And then I got Call of Duty 1 for the PC, and it was game freaking over.
Oh,
I Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, then Call of Duty 3, and then Modern Warfare, and I freaking got into the beta, and I was like, this is it.
Yeah, Modern Warfare was a game changer for multiplayer first-person shooters at the time. And even then, you were getting mostly complete games.
Oh, yeah.
And you were paying around $50 for the game.
Mm-hmm. I know for like forever it was $59.99. maybe some $49.99, but that's it.
Yeah. And you weren't expansions even weren't like expansions nowadays are a little ridiculous.
Well, they're new. They're just it's a new game. There's no such thing as expansions. Like you don't buy Call of Duty Black Ops 6 expansion pack.
No,
The Devil Wears Prada. You know,
no. But there are games that do have expansion packs that still,
such as
like Elden Ring and stuff.
Yeah, but they're just downloadable things.
Yeah.
DLC. It's just DLC. It's
Well, the
not
same
like,
thing.
It is, but it's not like, man. What was it? What one? Oh, Call of Duty. I think it was Call of Duty 1, and you got the expansion pack separate.
Yeah.
And it was a different box.
Oh yeah, it's completely different.
Nothing like original box art when you got the big.
Oh yeah, no, I remember getting all the Command and Conquers. Every one had like a huge box, but you didn't pay. So the expansion for Call of Duty, like it
was like $20 or $30.
Yeah, it wasn't like $40-$50, which they do now.
Or you didn't have to get the battle pass,
or the battle pass,
which wasn't a thing.
Which is like $30 or something around. For just crazy. Which is every 3 or 4 months around that they do that. They do another battle pass. Which is, it's kind of silly. So, but if you add all that up,
Call of Duty United Offensive. That's what the expansion pack was for.
So yeah, no, given that, so you add all that up, like yes, you're paying over $100 for that game. You're paying what the inflation says we should be paying. Mm-hmm. So we are already paying over $100 for those games,
especially right now with all the crap that you're buying extra.
Yeah,
like back then with that deal. Hey there. You'd get the full game.
Yes.
For $60 or $50. You'd get the full game. And then they'd come out with the expansion pack, which you didn't need.
No.
You could go and buy that if you wanted. It gives you more maps, whatever like that. With today, you get that expansion pack or the DLC, and then they have the battle pass, which is another $50.
Yep.
So it's $20, $60, $70, and then they have the battle pass for the battle pass, which they did with Black Ops 6, something with Squid Game.
Yes. Yeah.
Some of it you had to pay for that too, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I did. There was some free stuff you got with it.
Plus all the cosmetics.
The cosmetics, freaking Fortnite, Christ! You can get Nike sneakers.
Yeah,
like come on, guy. Like it's a great idea. You can customize what you want, but it's just a cash cow now.
But I missed the customizability that you could do on your own, mm-hmm. And it would even work online because some games would allow you to stream the assets to other people.
Oh yeah.
Like Soldier of Fortune 2. Mm-hmm. I used to love playing it. It was one of the best first-person shooters on the PC, and you could completely make your own maps. You could make completely your own like gun skins, everything. Okay, and if you set your server up right, you could stream those assets to the other players. They would see you in your own personalized, customized gear.
Yeah.
Like why is that not a thing? Why can't I go in and make my own skins for Call of Duty?
Mm-hmm. Because then people will go online and they'll be able to download the skin that somebody made, like through Photoshop, and then you go into the settings and you install it. Boom, you didn't have to pay for it, and you get like a...
Yeah, but why make people pay? So why not do this? If you want to pay $100 for the game, get rid of the microtransactions.
If you're paying all that kind of money, give it the option. So
get rid of the microtransactions. If you want to charge $100 for the game, I will gladly pay $100 for your Call of Duty. If you get rid of the downloadable skins that you have to pay for, give me a customized option that other people can see and allow me to customize my own skin, and I'll give you $100 for Call of Duty.
Yeah, but its biggest thing is like they want to have a constant flow of money. And when the game comes out, you sell a gazillion copies, and then it just stops. They still want that flow of money. Like in today's day and age, they're making games so much faster. It's kind of like playing Game Dev Tycoon. You'd make that game, and you get all that money, then you can make another game. Now, in a year or two later, you'd come out with like something, but it wasn't like as big as they are now. So now we're coming out with the same, like a new game every year. It's not every other year, every few years. It's for most games.
Yeah.
Everything's coming before GTA 6. But it's just they want that constant flow of money so they could just go right on. Like, who knows? The new Call of Duty, they already started making that 2 years ago. You know,
Yeah.
that's how fast they're going.
No, but like, okay, and I know a lot of people are going to get mad about this comment.
Oh, here we go. Let me zoom in on him.
And it's because it's going to hurt the video game industry as far as if you want to work in the video game industry. I personally think because one of the arguments they use is, yes, video games cost a lot more and there's a lot more effort that has to go into making a video game nowadays because of how much goes into making a video game and all the assets and everything that goes into it. You need a lot of people working on it. You need separate teams. But you don't. You don't need that many people. You really don't. There is so many tools now, especially with AI advancing so fast that you can train it and you could have it make a good portion of your assets. Then all you need is a small team to refine them. You don't need as many people as you do.
Controversial.
You really don't, and you were just wasting money, like just throwing it out the window on paying people that are not completely needed. You know what I mean? When you could just use half of the staff or a quarter of the staff, make the same game, and make a lot more profit and not have to charge a lot for it.
Yeah, but if you
Like-
just people got to make money somehow. They need jobs.
They do need jobs.
But like if you use AI for everything, it's just I don't know.
Yeah, but eventually, so it's okay. So there's two sides of that. Mm-hmm. Either you charge a lot for the game, you hire a bunch of people and charge a lot for the game, and eventually people go, you know what, I'm not paying that, and stop paying it. And your company goes under, and now everybody's fired. So, and then I'm not sure if you saw this thing. It's kind of it's becoming a trend. It's not a big trend yet. Becoming a NEET.
Oh boy.
Have you heard of this?
No.
Oh.
What deep digging did you do?
Oh, so a NEET. So Gen Z.
Oh boy.
NEET. Not educated, employable, or teachable.
Okay.
That's what they're choosing to become.
So they'll just live in an apartment for their whole life.
Not an apartment. They'll have to live with somebody else.
Live with somebody else.
Paying for everything.
Oh, so they're basically I didn't ask to be born.
Well, kind of that kind of thing. But no, and I understand their frustration because, as of right now, everything that costs so much, a minimum wage job will not get you anything. When I was my first minimum wage job, I could got an apartment easy.
Yeah.
Which
you
you
should be able to afford an apartment with your minimum full time though.
Yeah.
Don't give me I only want to work 25 hours. No.
I was
Work
working
a full 40-hour week.
Yeah.
Minimum. You should be able to get a small apartment.
Yeah.
Like a studio or one bedroom.
Yeah.
So if you're single.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
a little
you
bigger
can't.
if you're not. No. There's somebody at work that was just notified that they're living in like a room basically in an apartment house that he done whatever he can, but he lives very minimal. He uses freaking candles instead of electricity basically, and he was paying $500 a month, and they just told him $1,000 a month.
Oh wow.
So he's looking for a new place. I don't know if he's gonna find anything, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
He's been there 16 years.
But yeah, and I personally think that like for our state, I think for instance, like we need to form something against our energy company. Something needs to happen against our energy company. Because that's the biggest thing.
That's nonsense.
22% it just went up.
I know. My bill was $100 more than it normally is.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like, what?
It's bad.
And some people pay worse,
Oh, I know.
Like, I was like $243. What the hell? Like,
yeah.
It was $150 last month.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, there's no way I used more. No way.
Yeah. So it's what it is. But that's part of the reason though, too. And our state also raised all the taxes up. Everything's gone up. Everything's gone up.
By the way, the whole electric raising, they did it in October before the presidential election.
No, I know.
To make sure they got it set in. Just ridiculous. They got that all keyed in before everything could happen.
It's but yeah. And it's all about profit because it's all about the shareholders because they have to share how much money they made with their investors
It's not
on
profit.
Wall Street.
We need more money. We need to be able to afford to run your transmission fee of $110.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, complete bullcrap. So
Well, it's the same thing when I had gas. When I had gas in New London,
yep.
I never used it ever.
But you had to have it on.
But I had a bill of $25 every month.
Yeah. And
And I'm like, why am I getting charged to keep the pilot on? What's
Yeah.
going on here? No, it's the
transfer.
like the activation fee, the use fee, and I'm like, I don't use it, so I shut it off, and then they made me turn it back on because for the apartment building to run to code, everybody's got to have gas.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't want it. I don't use the stove.
Yeah.
Because that's all I used it for.
Yeah, but what if you just didn't pay it?
I had to turn it back on, and I had to pay what would have been missed. It was messed up. I had to pay I paid $25 a month. I shut it off for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And then they made me turn it back on, and I had to pay like $200.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was bullshit.
That's dumb.
Because it doesn't sound up to code.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah, you don't want it. Anyway, yeah, and that's what it really comes down to. So playing like video games, they're trying to push for $100, but if you're gonna pay me $100 and I download your game and start playing it and I encounter a glitch, I am going to throw something at my TV.
And for $100, they better come with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got the Call of Duty Super Edition, and they remember the old one. They don't even make them anymore. Like the special editions.
No, there's like 3 versions.
There's some, but like for Call of Duty, it's digital shit.
Yeah.
Nothing physical.
No.
Like if you buy the game, you might get like a medal or something. But like back in the day, you get the freaking remote control car. It all sucked, but it was cool.
It's cool.
The night vision thing, all that kind of crap.
Or you get like a poster or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few Call of Duties I bought that. Even the games, like the regular PlayStation version, came with like posters and stuff.
But like, this is another thing. Well, we're talking about in the other half, like physical versus digital. I know I'm too old for it now, but some people may not say it. But there was nothing more fun than going to a midnight release.
Oh yeah.
Me and Woody went to the midnight release for Halo 3, and I beat that game that night.
Oh my God.
Me and my friend just did it, but it was just fun, mingling with people. It's like going to a convention. It's before we could go to conventions, because back then all we had was home shows and shit. We didn't have gaming conventions. There was E3,
but that wasn't to the public.
Yeah, it wasn't
to the public.
So there wasn't many public gaming conventions you could go to. So this was the closest thing you got.
Yeah,
and you get that physical copy, and you get the special editions and stuff like that. But now the special editions is just all digital. Oh, get these skins. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care about the skins.
Like, I don't think I've ever spent extra money to buy stuff.
No.
I think the only thing I ever did was Rocket League get the Batmobile or something like that. But I had like spare money on Steam or whatever I had.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I gotta get this.
Yeah.
Like Bo and freaking on Fortnite. He has 1 billion characters. He spends all his money on Fortnite.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I don't know. So obviously that might be a generational thing, but I have absolutely it has zero appeal to me. Like putting a cool skin on, like, unless I designed it myself, I don't care. Or down whatever character looking thing, like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I didn't design that. It doesn't appeal to me at all. If I designed it, that'd be one thing. But maybe that's just how my personality is. I like designing things. Yeah. But no, I've heard a lot of other people say the same thing that are all from my generation. Like, I could care less about downloading any of this stuff. I just want to play the game, and I want it to run. And I want it to run right, and I want to own it on top of it.
Now, would you rather pay $60 and have a few bugs, and then later down the road it starts working right, or would you rather pay $100 and it works?
I would pay $100 if it worked and all the DLC was free.
So like
not okay. So not all the DLC, but all the microtransactions were free.
Wasn't there another game that did that, where you got, if you paid it, you got all the? I think there was. I can't think of it right now. Hell, there was a freaking website that we used to buy games from, and I cannot remember it for the life of me.
There's a ton of sites you can buy games from.
No, I know, but it's something I like. I feel like it was like Yahoo or something like that. They had like may have had like an online thing.
Yeah.
Because I have games that I bought, and this is the problem with digital. Like Steam, it's not forgettable. There's always Steam. There's the Epic Store. There's all this other crap. But
GOG.
Yeah, but back in the day, there was other ones, or they converted to something else.
Yeah.
And I cannot remember what it was because I had a couple games on there that I owned.
Oh, yeah.
But I have no idea what it was from.
Huh.
Because I can't remember the game. I know it I could see it. But it was one of those like noir, LA noir type games.
Yeah.
But it was in the 50s, and you're driving around cars, and you were like a spy in World War or something like that. I can't remember it.
Interesting. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's. I like the price is ridiculous. So okay, I would also be willing to pay $100 for the physical version. Digital version. If you want to do this, people charge $60 for the digital version, $100, but you're sending me a physical copy of a complete game in the mail.
Okay, so like the game comes out, you spend the $60, you get the game. It has whatever wrong with it. But then down the line, when they fixed all the issues, you pay that $100, but you get it, and it'll work without updates.
Yeah. No, you pay $100 and you're guaranteed, and so that they can't cop out of it until you get that physical copy. You're allowed to refund at any point.
Okay.
Until they send you the physical copy, so that they can't cop out of it.
Okay. And there's another thing. If you I lost my train of thought.
And no DRM on that physical copy at all.
Oh, one of the big problems, like, especially if it's a single player game.
Yes, is DRM.
DRM and get that physical copy where you do not have to worry about getting updates and all that. It just works. In the future, they may have made updates for it. Either keep that server running, or make the game be able to run without that update.
Yeah.
Like, don't make it you have to, be connected to the internet.
Yeah.
Because that's when you have to get the update. You have no choice to get that update. But when it's multiplayer games, what do you do? Because they shut down those servers years later. Because one of the things about paying this kind of money is game longevity.
Yes.
Like the two of us are retro gamers, and we like to play old stuff. 20 years from now, the stuff we're playing now, we'd want to play, but you're not going to be able to because the servers are down, and you spent $100 on that crap.
Yes.
That you don't actually own.
Well, and there was a petition. I just saw the article. There was a petition for it to make it illegal to shut down multiplayer games.
Oh, shut down. I don't know how that's possible, though.
Okay, yeah. So logically, that's not possible. The reason why is because those games have to be ran on servers that cost money and electricity and hardware and upkeep to run. That cost a lot, a real lot. Now, there is a solution to this.
Okay.
Like games used to be able to do. All multiplayer games.
Oh, ad hoc or whatever. Or not ad hoc. Home.
Yeah. Just add that back to all multiplayer games. You can create your own server for the game, no matter what it is.
And make it work easily. Not this, like, Minecraft is such a bitch.
It's not that bad. I mean,
oh, come on. When you're doing modded Minecraft, trying to get all those freaking mods to work on the server, it can be a pain.
Okay, getting mods,
ass.
that's a whole other thing. But I'm just saying against a game.
Yeah, no. But like, what do they call it? What do they call it in the first place?
For what?
The running from your server type of thing. Like on Call of Duty, you want to play.
Well, you're being the host, but
the host.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're being. They need to make games work like that.
Yes.
Where you're the host, where you don't have to set up another computer to make that server. It just runs off of your connection so they can run off your connection.
Yes.
Because I think they used to do that.
All of them used to do that.
Yeah.
All the first persons used to do that. I used to do that with the game I just talked about, Soldier of Fortune 2. I used to run our own private server game.
Yeah. I did it with Duke Nukem 3D. TCP/IP or whatever.
Yeah. You could do it. There was a bunch of ways. There was obviously other software you could use to get in. You could also, there was, what was it, Spynet or whatever it was.
Yep.
You could go into their servers and play games, and it would use that same thing, but it would take your LAN connection that was peer-to-peer, well, what do you call it, basically local host, and you could transfer that to broad host because it would use the same connection, put it out to the world, connect to someone else, because it would be like a LAN game, but you're being sent across the world or country.
Yeah, that's also what it was on like the old Battlefield games.
Yes.
Because you would choose where you were playing to.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff was people's own servers that they made.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Like, how hard is that? Just return that. Okay, so if people really want that and that petition goes through, be like, okay, we can't do this. That's not physically possible, but we are going to add into every game from now on. You can just turn on your own server and run it.
What if they, like, say the game gets really down and they're like, there's like 10 people playing the game.
Okay.
And that's it. So they shut it down to like they just got one server rack. I don't know how the servers work with
That
games.
if you had that few people, that wouldn't be justified running that thing.
No, I'm saying, but you just were in that server rack for that game, a couple games or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you run a server for multiple games, or does it have to?
Usually it has a
So,
ton
yeah.
of games run on it.
Okay, so you got the server, and you have boom, you got the light switch on for this one game that's playing. 10 people still play it, and then it grows. So then you're like, okay, it's making a slight comeback. Let's hit another switch, or however it fucking works.
It would take a little more than that, but yeah.
I know it's. I'm just saying. But like, just okay, we got 300 people playing. Well, they can't all run on that server. Let's add another server in there so they can play.
Yeah.
And then it drops back down.
But
and they cut it.
this is the problem, though. By the time you got that up and running, those 300 people would be gone. Be like, oh wow, this is slow as shit. I'm not playing this. They would be gone. They would be gone.
Well, that's what they would have to figure out,
Like,
so that they don't have to shut off their servers.
like there's tons of servers, especially that. Okay, if you're into MMOs, okay, there are tons of servers that are independently ran, not completely legal. That
I was gonna say, they ain't legal, but-
independently running, even really old MMOs. Nowadays, like there's people running like the original Warcraft like MMO like on different servers that they made themselves. So there's tons of these things around. You can do this. Like, why not be more customer friendly instead of investor friendly?
Okay.
The reason, like, and if people actually believe in your company and want you to make money and want you to succeed, they're going to give you money. They're not going to pirate your games. They're going to want to make you successful. Okay, they're not going to want to make you successful if at every turn you're just nickeling and diming them. When that shoe is on the other foot, you're going to be without a buck at all, because they're going to tell you to go fly a kite and they're not going to give you anything anymore.
Well, there's a YouTube channel called Viva La Dirt League, and they've expanded to other types of videos, and they have game devs.
Oh no.
And one of the guys is just, we need more effing money, more money. And they're like, let's make it Battle Royale. And they're coming out with an expansion for their MMO. Nope, Battle Royale. I gotta send that to Grim because, you know, he wants everything to be Battle Royale. But like, they're like, we're gonna do it. Shut it all off. But we spent so much time making this game. Battle Royale, I don't care. It makes money. You know, and stuff like that. It's funny. But it's literally... And then they're like, oh, DLC, skins. Let's charge $500,000 for one skin. We'll make $500,000. Let's just do it. It's like exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad. Well, the thing is, so if you look back at our YouTube channel, there's a really, really old Game Smash episode where Ben plays a character, Ernest Avery, which is supposed to be EA. Okay, and we do a skit where he's literally charging one of the players, literally per reload on his gun. The owner of EA at that time, which we didn't know about, was proposing this at a board meeting, that he wanted to actually charge people to reload their weapons in Battlefield.
That's insane.
That was a real thing, and we did it as a joke. Like,
yeah. Because it was,
we didn't think we would go
ridiculous.
We didn't think people would go that far, so we just took it to like the next level just to be funny.
Yeah.
But somebody was actually thinking that, and that's like all I can say is if I ever met somebody, if I ever met that guy face to face and looked him in the face, I'd be like, what made you decide to be a bad person in life? Like, really, what made you be a bad person? What choices in your life, what happened in your life to make you go, I want to be a bad person?
I was hungry.
Yeah, I was hungry.
I was hungry. I needed to make money so I could buy the top of the tier Wagyu beef.
Oh my God. The gold-plated Wagyu beef. Which is like a thing, but that's just, oh, yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Surprise.
It's a place in Japan that does that. It's like gold-plated Wagyu steak.
That can't be good for you.
I'm sure it's not. It's supposedly edible, like whatever. I don't
It's
know.
what they put in Goldschlager or whatever, probably.
Yeah.
It's that foil.
But people pay like $5,000 for a freaking
Gold
plate.
foil.
Oh,
Yeah.
so stupid. But we are hitting this point though right now, guys. And if Rockstar decides to go, you know what, we're going to be those people.
It's going to be that breaking point.
We're going to be those people, and we're going to charge $100 for GTA 6. Because all the companies around us, all around them, want them to do that so they can be the scapegoat and charge that $100. Because then they're going to go, oh, well, video games are $100 now. We're going to start charging $100 for games. Your next Call of Duty is going to be $100. You know what's going to happen because our economy is not looking that great at all. Okay. And this is not just here, okay? So this is around the world. We're going to see a video game crash. We're going to see one of the biggest industries in the world. The video game industry is bigger than the movie industry right now. We're going to see that come crumbling down so fast. And the ones that are going to succeed out of it are the indie developers and some of the AA studios.
Yeah. And everybody's all like, the pirating. So from working in retail, the theft has gotten ridiculous. And it seems that when the economy gets bad, the theft rises.
Of course.
Who would have thunk? So now stuff's getting locked up that you would never think would be locked up because people are stealing it. Like freaking prime rib. Well, we got them in bags, a netted security bag because they're walking out with stuff.
I know. Well, the
So-
same thing with the multiple streaming. When Netflix was the only, and Netflix and Hulu were like the only streaming options, piracy was on an all-time low.
Yeah.
As soon as we got like 5, 6, 7 streaming services that all were divvying up the content, people were like, I'm not bothering. I'll go back to piracy.
Because
Thank you.
we cut the cord for a reason.
Yeah.
And now we're just paying the same amount we're paying as if we were paying for cable.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, I'll just go back to piracy.
Yeah.
It wasn't a smart move. It would have been a smart move just to let the two companies run it and pay them to put it up.
Yeah.
That would be it.
But keep the prices down.
Yeah.
So it was retainable.
Yes.
So now we got. Oh, by the way, coming soon. Coming soon, Tech Prime Plus.
Oh my God. Tech Prime Plus. You can watch the second half of the podcast for another $30.
Actually, Viva La Dirt League does have a Viva La Dirt League Plus that they just came out with. And
Oh,
you can
Jesus.
watch the next video ahead of time.
Oh,
Like,
early.
it's their own website. I don't think it's going to be.
Granted,
attainable.
there are some things you can do. There are, certain sites that is somewhat worth it, like Floatplane that LTT does. They run their own hosting service for videos called Floatplane. And obviously, you don't just subscribe to channels. You have to actually pay to look at those channels.
Oh, really?
You can't.
So that's how they make their money.
That's one of the ways.
So how do you know they exist? If you can't, do they have like filler content that you can watch to see if you even want to pay for that channel?
Yeah, a lot of them have like alternate channels, like on YouTube and stuff like that. But all their premium content is on Floatplane.
Okay.
Or like with LTT, stuff comes out early on Floatplane. It's higher quality on Floatplane. They're not at risk of videos getting taken down. Like all the videos that have been taken down by like Google and stuff for LTT are all still up on Floatplane. And that's not bad. I think it's like $5 a month to subscribe to LTT on Floatplane, and you get to see all the shit that happens behind the scenes.
I still want to buy a T-shirt.
Oh,
Like an LTD T-shirt.
so I think in that sense, it's fairly cheap, and you get to see a whole lot more content. And they're just really just grabbing the cost to just make that content.
But like, yeah, the piracy just goes up when people can't afford stuff. And if you're going to raise it to $100,
That's what
they're
I'm
going to
saying.
be figuring stuff out. I'm surprised they haven't figured out how to get over the whole online multiplayer piracy. Like, you can't play online if it's a pirated game.
Oh.
Like, I'm surprised they haven't figured out a way to duplicate.
Well, no, you can't. Okay, it is hard to do. You can't play pirated games online. It is hard to do. It's not easy.
Yeah, but they can if there's a way to do a server thing, then you can.
Yeah.
But other than that, it runs off of the game code.
Yeah.
The serial number of that game for your personal serial number.
Your own personal number.
Yeah.
And granted, I know people are going to say, well, no DRM opens up piracy. Yes and no. But like I said, if you're okay, yes, there is bad people in this world, unfortunately. But a person that's passionate about and likes your game is going to pay the money. GOG they tout this all over their website. Everything they put out is DRM free.
Oh, yep.
Everything. Once you download that copy into your computer, it's yours. It is yours now. It has no DRM. Say if your internet goes out, you can pull up your games that you have on GOG that you have downloaded to your computer, and you can play them.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to worry about the internet being out. You can't do that with most games. If your internet is out, you can't even play single player mode in whatever game you want to play it in. It just won't let you, which is just sad. It's a really sad state of affairs, and we really shouldn't have got to that point. We shouldn't have let investors make that decision that they wanted to cut piracy so bad that they're going to do that. That wasn't needed. Was needed was to figure out, why aren't your games selling? Why are people pirating it, playing it for a couple weeks, and then just not playing it? That's what you need to figure out, so that people are willing to pay the money. Like, there are games I would gladly pay $100 for, okay? And those games are games like, you mean Elder Scrolls. I would have easily paid $100 for that game. And games like, obviously, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, you mean Tears of the Kingdom. I would have easily paid $100 for each of those. Those are giant games. There's so much content in those games. And I had so many hours of playing. I'm probably going to play through them again. Those were incredible games, and there was so much content with barely any bugs. And the bugs that were in those games that they had to fix were bugs that made the game better. They fixed. So you could do glitches to get things early and stuff like that. Those were just fun. That's what the glitches they fixed. They weren't there was no game breaking things going on in those games. They were complete. And that's one thing I would say, that Nintendo in general, as a company, they're a company that actually seems, from what I can see, the Saboteur?
That's the game I was talking about.
Okay. From what I can see, and some Sony companies, not all of them, but Nintendo's first party games, you can see, okay, when's the last time you heard of a game coming out from Nintendo first party that's broken or glitched? It doesn't happen. They come out complete, they come out great, they work, and that is it. There's no, and sometimes there is distinct delays, like with Tears of the Kingdom. There was an immense delay with that game, like over and over again.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, Grand Theft Auto 6 has been pushed back so far, because they want to make sure it's good. Hopefully, I'm hoping that's why they've been pushing back on it.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Yeah, like that's the same thing with, like, what's his name, the guy from Bethesda, Todd Howard, I think of. If Elden Scrolls 6.
Elden Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls 6. If Elder Scrolls 6 even remotely feels like Skyrim, I am not buying it. Okay?
I'm sure it will.
Well, no, I mean mechanically. Like, it needs, at this point, you are, like, Skyrim came out in 2011. I think it was 2011. Or was it soon? I don't know. It was around there. It might have been longer ago than that. Anyway, in my head, it's 2011, I think. So if it feels like that when it comes out, I might have to drive to your house, Todd Howard, and complain to you.
2011.
Yeah, I might have to yell at you just for that, just because, like, that's ridiculous.
Did you not like the controls?
Well, no. Okay, I did.
Okay.
But like for instance, like I briefly played what the hell's that game?
Fallout.
No, the newer one, the space one.
Oh, yep.
All right.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's completely dropped off the map. If anybody's not noticed, it's dropped off the map. Starfield.
Yeah, they came out with an expansion or an update or DLC.
You don't see anybody really talking about it. The reason why, because if you ask most people, they said, yeah, it's just Skyrim in space. It just feels the same. And it gets bored. And that format and you mean.
Plus, they also ruined the fact that you can't like fly to the planets.
So okay, go play the first Elder Scrolls game.
Oh, it's way different.
Okay. Yeah, no. Now, imagine if Skyrim played like that. You'd be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
That's how much space we have now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. If the newer one feels like Skyrim, you're going to...
So basically you're saying...
You're going to bomb the company.
The distance between Elder Scrolls 1 and Skyrim...
Yeah, it's getting to that point.
Is wow. I gotta look that shit
When
up.
did Elder Scrolls 1 came out, I think, in 97?
No.
Or was it 95? It might have been sooner. In my head, it's like 95, 94. But that might have been when I first played it.
Yeah, 94.
94. Okay.
Arena?
Yeah.
Is that the first one? Arena?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
I think that's the first one. Was that the first
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
Arena.
So we're getting to that point. That's just as far almost.
94.
So, you mean, we're talking about 2011.
So that's 17 years.
Yeah. And we're at 14 years. Okay? So, like, say Elder Scrolls, like, even, have you played Elder Scrolls, like, 2 or 3?
No, I haven't played any of them.
Okay.
No.
So,
I just
those...
played a little bit of Skyrim.
All those feel fairly similar. 1, 2, and 3 kind of feel similar.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Okay?
I know what they look like.
Yeah, so imagine if Skyrim felt like playing that.
Well, even like what was it? Oblivion is a huge difference from Oblivion to Skyrim.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I have played a little bit, just a very little bit of it.
And like most people have said at the surface, like Starfield just is slightly better graphics, but it still feels like playing Skyrim.
Now, with Skyrim, would you expect it to still have terrible voice acting? I mean, not Skyrim, but Elder Scrolls, whatever it is, 6.
Oh no, I think they need to fix that.
Because
holy crap,
they're still pretty bad on Skyrim, right?
Yes, they're really bad.
Hi there, traveler. What are you gonna do? What? Oh my God! How are you? Everybody, the voice audios was different for everybody.
Yeah,
they didn't. It was like everything was recorded at like different sound studios and shit.
Yeah, granted, Elden Ring, like the voice acting was good. Elden Ring.
Okay.
Elden Ring. The voice acting was pretty good. The animations were terrible for the movement of the characters and stuff like that. But
and
really,
what?
Elden Ring. Elden Ring.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because you're getting the two confused.
Yeah. But the pronunciation and like the emphasis on the characters were better.
Okay.
There wasn't so dry.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So if at this point, if Elder Scrolls 6 is remotely like Skyrim, I am asking for the video game community. I need you to boycott that game like it was the worst game ever made in history.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Because that is not acceptable at all. That game needs to feel like the next generation of open world games.
You want to feel sick?
Sure.
Bloodborne came out in 2015.
Oh yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
That's a 10-year-old game now.
Wow. Bloodborne's a good game. I'm gonna have to go home and play that now.
I think we just started our channel stuff then.
I haven't fired up my PS4 yet since I moved.
Oh,
I might have to do that. Pop in Bloodborne because there's no way to play that in PC stuff. There is. You can play it some with emulation. It works okay. It's not great. They're still working on it for PS4 emulation.
Oh, okay.
You can play it with a live stream thing. You can do that, but that's playing through a That's playing through a PS4 through a server out there somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, that's not playing it natively.
Okay.
I can still play it natively on my PS4 because I actually own it. So
the one game you do own?
No, I own a ton of games. Yeah, the one guy I will give money to easily. He, oh my God, just take my money. Miyazaki, holy shit. Now that's a guy who innovates. Every version. And you can see elements of like the Dark Souls kind of games in some of his first games he made. You can see small elements and great improvements over each one, which you need to do. Unlike Starfield, which let's just make it look prettier.
So, what game? So, for the end of this, what game would you pay $100 for? Even if it doesn't matter what it is. If it's that type of game,
What type of game?
like whatever game, like what's?
Well, I already said I would pay $100 for like complete games, like
No.
Elden Ring.
I'm saying if it wasn't complete, if you still needed day one patch, you still needed this, but it's that, oh, it is freaking, what is it, Demon Souls 7, or Elden Ring 2, but it's terrible release.
I would be very disappointed in Miyazaki if he did that, because I don't think he would release that.
I understand the disappointment, but would you pay $100? No, okay.
Not complete game.
Final Fantasy 20?
No, I haven't. So okay,
Chrono Trigger remake, like they did with Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, if they did a 3D version, ooh. I might pay $400 for that.
Okay, we found his ceiling. We found his ceiling.
I might actually. Here's my bank account number. You can just take whatever you want. Holy crap! Yeah. And another thing I would be is if someone actually, if you would please renew the IP and make Chrono Break.
Was that supposed to be like the third one?
That was supposed to be the third one. That was their IP. The copyright ran out like a few years ago, but that was the third game.
Well, in that case, anybody could make it. Just try to get the actual people to do it.
Yeah, if Square could actually do it, that would be incredible. And make it 2.5D.
Yeah.
As much as I love the remake of Final Fantasy VII, it's cool, it's fun, but I get so much more enjoyment out of 2.5D games. I don't know why. There's something about the nostalgia probably of, it's funner. It's more immersive to me. You get more lost in the story instead of the graphics.
I did start playing before my, PlayStation Plus ran out, the remake.
Okay.
Because I know that I finished the first disc in
the original Final Fantasy.
Original.
Okay.
And I know that Final Fantasy VII, in its entirety, the remake is the first disc. But I know it's got a lot added to it. I know they added.
Yeah, there's a lot more than that.
Yeah. But it's before you exit.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck they are.
Yeah. NASCAR.
Yeah. I know that. Yeah, I know they added a whole bunch of new bunch of shit to it. But so I'm like, well, I've made it this far in the game on the original, so I'll start this and see what it's like to where I am.
Yeah, which I'm actually going to be buying. So I'm still pissed at PlayStation for doing this because I wish I still had that article that we covered ages ago when they first announced the actual date of launching of Final Fantasy VII Remake, because the original article said that the other two parts would come out on PS4.
Oh.
And then they changed it.
I think it's because it just took them so long.
Well, yeah. So I'm still pissed about that, which is why I haven't bought the second part.
But I'm sure they'll come out on PC.
They have. The second part is now on PC.
Oh, it is.
So I'm going to wait for a sale because I'm not paying full price for the first part again. Mm-hmm. I'm going to either wait for a sale or a really cheap key on G2A.
Is that Rebirth? What's Rebirth?
The remake is the first one. Rebirth the second one? Yeah. Am I right?
And then there's another thing that's
there's
like
a third
in
part
between.
coming.
There was something else I saw on there.
There was the small little thing, but that wasn't in between. That was actually a part of it. But anyway.
Oh,
then there's the third part coming out, which will be on PC as well. But yeah, I'm not paying full price for a game I've already paid on PS4 that was supposed to have it on PS4 already, the second part. So once it goes on sale, if I find a really cheap key on G2A, I'm going to buy it that way.
You still use GTA?
G2A?
Yeah.
Yeah, since they cleaned up their act.
Yeah, once in a while. I feel guilty sometimes, but I'm like, because what was it? There was a game he was trying to get.
Yeah.
Oh, he was trying to get Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
5.
Oh,
and it was $30.
That should be free at this point. Yeah. They've made their money a billion times over.
It was $30, and I'm like, just get this one. It's 11.
Yeah. That's just no.
And it was the same version he wanted.
That game came out, what, 2012?
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be. It should be $10, maybe.
Yeah.
No.
In the online, it should be a free to play mode. Like,
Yeah.
you should just be able to play it.
Yeah.
Like Warzone.
Anyway, so we would love your opinion if you want to leave your opinion in the comments. Of what do you think? Do you think video games should be priced at $100, or do you think that's kind of ridiculous, and do you think it's going to cause a crash? And if you're one of these Gen Zers that want to become a NEET, I would love to hear your opinion of the economy actually right now, because I'm sure I would agree a lot with you. Because I completely understand. I would be, if I was your age, I would be throwing up my hands too, going, what am I going to do?
Yeah, it sounds stupid, but it's understandable.
Yeah.
At this day and age, it's just
Just saying, I'd like to commiserate you because I understand, but we got to come up with a plan because that's not a good plan to become a NEET. So
no.
Anyway, so that's gaming portion. We're gonna get into some tech stuff, and we're gonna get into obviously owning physical media versus digital, because Kindle is making a really bad decision right now, and we're gonna get into it in the second half. But before that, here's a word from our sponsor.
You announced it to the world, but you said I've used that.
That's right. That's right.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie. They're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Rounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Rounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Hey kids, it's time to check out the Dorkening Podcast Network. With over 30 podcasts that encompass everything from horror to video games to comic books, and so much more, you're bound to find the shows for your taste. Whether it be Nerds of Unusual Origin, That Strange Show, Retro Red Octopus, Splash Pages, Throwdown Thursday, The Horror Squad, Still Talking with, my God, man, I can't read all of these. So just feel free to play and experiment with the Dorkening Podcast Network. There are over 30 shows chock full of nerdy goodness to sink your ears into. And they're all available on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever fine podcasts are broadcast.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Redoctopus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite seems trying to say is that on Retro Red Octopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorking Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Octopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books, then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen.
need a comic.
You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways Podcast Network. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
And we are back. So, everybody, welcome back to the second half of the podcast, where we get into a lot of like random pop culture stuff, media, all that stuff, which we are going to get into. We're going to get into some Kindle news, which is pretty upsetting to a lot of people. So, Amazon made an announcement. As of right now, you can still download your Kindle books to your PC and own them. And what a lot of people do, myself personally do it, and myself and I know a lot of other people do, is use a software called Caliber. And after we download them to our computer, we rip the DRM off them. Because you can do that. It's yours. You legally can do it all you want. They are disabling that, and you're not going to be able to download those books to your computer anymore.
It's sad when the earliest form of media is now not yours. Like, you don't own your digital media.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the earliest form.
Yeah.
The written word.
Yeah, some of the earliest form, yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's bad. Anyway. So yeah, and they're making that choice. So others, you'll see tons of YouTubers have already made videos, and there's people on social media and stuff talking about 10 days. They did it like right when they made the stems, they made videos. So basically, 10 days, download your entire Kindle library, get it to your device. We'll get it on your computer before they disable this ability. And then after that, maybe in protest, show that you're not going to tolerate this. Don't buy any more Kindle books from Amazon. Buy them from other sites that sell ebooks, or directly from the author if you can, which some do have the ability to do that. Buy them directly, so the money goes right to them. So there are authors that do that. There's very few, but there's tons of other sites you can buy ebooks as well. So, or what I'm debating on doing now is getting a different. Getting rid of my Kindle, but we'll see. We'll get more into that. But before we get into that,
So what is there besides a Kindle?
there's tons of ebook readers.
Is there?
Yeah, and now that there's no more patent, the patent is ran out on e-ink and color e-ink technology. There's tons that are flooding the market now.
They make a color e-ink monitor. It's terrible,
I know.
but it's neat. Linus did a video on it.
I know. There's going to be more and more that are going to come out, and that technology is going to be advancing because there's so many companies that are involved now. So, but anyway, what have we been checking out first? Because we usually get into everybody. We get into what we've been watching over on the media. Maybe a DVD you picked up? Who knows? I don't know. Have you picked up DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K DVDs?
I don't know what that is. A DVD?
DVD. Your VHS.
Vitchus? What?
Vitchus. Which is the last piece I need for my retro gaming setup. I need a VCR. If I find a VCR that's working or I can get working, I'm going to get it.
Now, are you going to go for like a retro VCR or just any VCR?
Probably just any VCR.
Because, you sell them in electronics.
We do not sell VCRs.
You have a DVD VCR.
No, we don't.
That's what they said at one of our meetings the other day.
I'm pretty sure we don't.
Because they were like, I missed that show. Oh, just record it on your DVR. Well, I'd have to have a DVR to do that. Well, you could use it on the VCR. There's like,
no,
we don't sell a VCR. And they're like, yeah, we do.
No, we don't. We haven't sold those in years.
Yeah, I know.
The last VCR was manufactured. There is some small company, I guess, that does manufacture them still in Japan, or if they stop, I think they might have stopped in 2016 or something like that. Mm-hmm. They were like the last holdouts, I think. And I think the only reason why they stopped was because they couldn't get a hold of the parts anymore.
Oh, yeah.
To make them. So, because nobody's manufacturing the parts to make them, like the heads and stuff. So, yeah.
They do sell them. Man, they're expensive. Holy crap. $274. This one's used.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, $174. Man, this is like
working VCRs. Working VCRs. Oh no, they're way more than that. The first VCRs were almost $1,000.
Oh my god.
Betamax machines were over $1,000.
Oof. So what have I been watching? So my shows that come back on, Rookie and Will Trent and stuff. Actually, what's today? It's Rookie and Will Trent night.
Oh.
Yeah, they air on Tuesday, so. I started watching. So there's a show called Citadel.
Okay.
It's pretty good, and then they came out with like 2 or 3 other versions of Citadel in like different countries. So so it's a lot of it's weird because like some of the people are speaking English, but a lot of them are not. So it's dubbed off. It's weird. But it's pretty good. I don't remember what it's called, but there's like 2 or 3 of them. There's like one that's like in India, so it's very Middle East type of stuff. And then there's this other one which is like in France and England and stuff like that. It's in a couple countries, but it's pretty good. It's okay. Reacher's coming back tomorrow. Yes.
Jack Reacher.
But I haven't watched any movies in a while. I still gotta watch Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And man, there's this show. What tells you? Oh yeah, Orphan Black.
I know.
They had a show called Orphan Black, which was really good.
I need to get
And I've been asking somebody to and then they also made a spin-off of Orphan Black that came out last year that I didn't know about. That only has one season, and I'd like to see that.
Oh,
but anywho,
only has one season. Why only one season? Anyway,
I don't know.
Oh man. Obviously, yeah. So, Cobra Kai is back. The final part of the third season is out. Of the series finale.
Series finale.
Series finale.
What is it? Season 5 or something?
Season 5 or 6? I think it's 6. Anyway. Yeah, series finale. Aside from the movie that's going to take place after.
Oh yeah.
There's the movie, but that's
is it connected though?
Well, no. Okay, so there's a movie called Karate Kid in America that has Jackie Chan and
oh yeah, I saw that.
What's his face?
Malchio.
Anyway, so but that movie was not called Karate Kid in America. It was called Kung Fu something because it has nothing to do with karate. And it wasn't. They just named it Karate Kid in America so they can market it easier. It's
you're talking about the one with Jaden Smith?
Yes, that's Jaden Smith. Yeah, Jack Chan. So it's actually produced by the same company as Cobra Kai, who owns Karate Kid rights now. And I'm guessing they decided when they made that movie, because that was even before the Cobra Kai came about and stuff.
Yeah.
They wanted to market it in America because people know what Karate Kid is. They'll watch the movie, even though it actually had nothing to do with Karate Kid.
Yeah, it didn't.
So it was more about Kung Fu and over in Beijing and stuff. So the company that owns it wants to bridge the two movies so if they're in the same universe. So they're going to have Daniel, for some reason, go to Beijing. And he's going to meet up with Jackie Chan to help him train a new student. And that's what it's called, Karate Kid Legend.
Yeah, but what was Jackie Chan's name in the Karate Kid movie?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Because I saw the trailer. It says, "Oh, you know Mr. Miyagi," in the trailer.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not sure. Continue. I'm gonna look at that.
Anyway, yeah. So that's what Karate Kid Legend is. But that takes place after
2010. Are you kidding?
That takes place. Yeah. So, which is interesting, but I can't wait to see how they're going to wrap this up.
Oh, he's called Mr. Han.
Mr. Han, that's it.
Mr. Han, Roboto, Bato,
Yeah.
Bato.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to wrap this up for the last part of it. I'm sure a lot of people have already binge watched it. I haven't binge watched it. I've watched like one episode so far. But so far it's ramping up. They're going to bring back the tournament because if you don't know, at the end of the second part, something catastrophic happened and someone died at the tournament.
Oh dear.
And they stopped the whole tournament. The big world tournament was just stopped. Yeah. Because it's a bad thing at your tournament if people die, especially if a young kid dies at your tournament. It doesn't look good on you, so they cancel the whole tournament. So the last part's gonna be I'm really interesting how they're gonna wrap it all up. And we don't know, but I'm guessing so. This is my own theory because I haven't watched the other part, and I'm sure other people that have already watched it already know this. So, and granted, I didn't say spoilers, but I'm guessing what they're going to do because they're going to be able to choose where this tournament is going to be continued with from all these people around the world. And when I get to the last episode, I guarantee they're going to have the tournament at the original spot where they had the Valley tournament in the first Karate Kid.
That'd be cool.
That's probably what they're going to do.
Cool.
And the last scene is probably going to be, well, aside from obviously all the catch-up stuff, what everybody's doing at the very end, before that, I think we're going to see a rematch between Daniel and Johnny, but not as enemies, as more alliance, as just like fierce competitors and friends that are fierce competitors. I think we're going to see the very last thing we're going to see is the rematch between them two. To begin to the end where it began. Obviously, aside from all the other shit that they're going to do with like who's where and kind of thing, kind of as they ramp out. There already are like months ago when the first quarter of it came out, there was people that had a whole bunch of shots of filming and stuff like that And you seems like there is one character, I won't name him, but there were shots of him. It seems like he does start up the Cobra Kai dojo.
Oh.
So in the future, there was screenshots like people got of them filming, and it does seem like one of the characters does in the distant future. So, so that's kind of cool. They can go. I guess a lot of people are saying they can go a bunch of different directions if they actually want to continue with different spin-off series and stuff. So, but we'll see though. I'm excited. It's absolutely one of my favorite TV shows because they stick exactly to the spirit of the original Karate Kid movies greatly, except with way better choreography. And that's why I was saying when Grim was arguing with me, like the Cobra Kai show has so much better choreography than any of the fight movies from like the 80s or early 90s. Like, I love Bloodsport. Bloodsport is one of my favorite movies, but the choreography is pretty terrible if you watch it nowadays.
Okay.
Like, it's okay for the time. It's decent, but
you know what was terrible? That Darth Vader lightsaber fight with Obi-Wan. That was terrible.
Oh, yeah. But the guy that did the remake was way better.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, please. That's a whole other world. But
Yeah.
Meow. It was bad. Well, that was what, 79?
Yeah.
It's just funny how, like, in Star Wars, that was, like, amazing at the time. And then they made the prequels where they're freaking doing backflips and shit. And that was supposed to be before the first one.
Yeah,
I was like, wait a second. I know that wasn't really a big... Well, if they got a lot of, like Asian people to help do choreography.
So do you know... Okay, so it was originally supposed to be like that.
Well, isn't it the fighting supposed to be based off of that?
So,
The sword fighting?
so they changed it. So do you know who was originally supposed to play Obi-Wan?
No.
But they couldn't get him to do... They couldn't, because of filming and shooting, scheduling and stuff like that, they couldn't get him over here in time, or they'd have to go there and film it, which they couldn't do because the sets and stuff were all... Obviously, they couldn't do it. It was Mifune.
Who's that? See me.
One of the most famous samurai actors in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Like, probably the most. I have a great documentary on Mifune on Plex. Absolutely amazing actor. So he was originally supposed to play Obi-Wan.
Could have been a whole different movie.
Oh, yeah. Holy crap. That would have been it would have gave a whole other level to Obi-Wan. Holy shit. It would have been incredible.
Well, it's like those fan-made things where it's got Darth Vader, but he's wearing like a samurai pants.
Oh, yeah. That's what's funny. So the Jedi and the Klingons are both based off the samurai.
Oh, yeah.
But they're both very different because they just grab two different aspects of the samurai.
Yeah, but the Star Wars ain't doing boy band dancing.
No, they're not.
I'm telling you, that was the best episode. That's got to be coming back soon.
Yeah, that's coming back soon. I forget when that's coming back. It's coming back soon, though. Yeah, Strange New Worlds is one of the best StarCraft series. And, yeah, what's his face who plays Captain Pike is absolutely one of the best. So I'm in a battle in my own head if him or Archer are the best captains ever in Star Trek. Because those two, Scott Bakula and I can't remember the guy who plays Captain Mike, are both have pulled it off so incredibly playing captains, both of them. Sorry, Captain Kirk. I know there's a lot of people that love Captain Kirk. Kirk's great, but he's not even close to like Pike. Sorry, Pike is a whole nother level. So, and obviously there's people that love what's his face who played on Deep Space Nine. Obviously, he did an incredible job. I just wasn't in this Deep Space Nine. I mean, he does get a job. Like some episodes I do like of Deep Space Nine. Yes, he is a good captain. It's just hard to get into him when I don't like the show in general. But he's a great actor. But yeah, and obviously check out everybody. You haven't checked out Silo or freaking Silo is incredible. The Dexter Original Sin. If you're a fan of Dexter, you will fucking love Original Sin. It is absolutely incredible of a show. And if you really want to mind bend, go check out Severance. Severance is one of, if the not the best Apple show there is.
And that's a mind fuck.
Yeah, and I wouldn't expect that. Well, Ben Stiller didn't write it, but he's the main director.
Really?
Yeah. So he does have input on it of what happens. So, but he does an incredible job with directing the scenes. Like, they're incredible. They nest the shit out of you. Like, what just happened? Everything has a symbol. Everything represents something.
It's not the goots, okay?
Not the goots. It's not the goots. Somebody needs to bring back Police Academy. Granted, Police Academy hasn't been the same since Police Academy 3. Police Academy 3 was like the highlight of Police Academy, and then the rest were like, eh.
There was like 6 of them, right?
There was 8 of them.
8 of them. Oh my god! And the goots was in all of them.
Yeah.
Really? 8 of them. Wow. I'm not gonna watch them.
There might have been 9. I don't remember. I think there was 8. Holy crap! The last one was like in Russia, I think.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't remember it. It was weird, but I didn't care for any of them really after like the third one. They're okay after the third one, but they're not great. So,
Police Academy, the first assignment, Police Academy, back in trading.
that's the second one, I think.
Third, Police Academy.
Oh, that's
4.
Yeah,
Jesus.
4 is okay.
I remember this one, the one with the silhouette guy.
Oh, that was terrible.
Mission Moscow, and then there's another one. I can't even read it. The 8th one.
Yeah.
Next Generation.
Oh.
Jeez, I did not know there was 8.
Yeah, it was 8. And they were supposed to do another one. The Goots wanted to get another one going, but I guess it never got off the ground.
Long live the Goots.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's ever directed. Okay, let's get into...
I think he might have directed. Anyway, so let's get into our topic. It's about a half hour spending on talking about Police Academy and Star Wars. Anyway, so Kindle, like we already said at the beginning, Kindle, well, Amazon's making the choice to make you not be able to download your digital books onto your computer so that you could keep them. Okay, so at this point, you physically do not own those books you paid for. Okay. Mm-hmm. And one thing I have to say here, and I want to see how many people agree with this statement or not agree with the statement. Okay, and it's a fairly bold statement, but I've heard a lot of people say it over and over again, especially with shit coming out like this. Okay, if buying is not owning, then piracy is not stealing. Do you or do you not agree with that statement?
Well, if you don't own it, you didn't steal it from anybody. That's a very... Ooh. Of course it is. In all reality, it is. But, because you're still paying for it when you don't own it. You're not paying for it.
Yeah, but then are they stealing from you?
Well, no, because it's a different code.
Because I would see that personally as them stealing from you because you're not giving me anything in my return. You're letting me look at something. I'm renting it.
Yeah, you're renting it permanently, but you don't get to keep
No,
it.
you're not renting it permanently. Those things get shut off. Or if Amazon goes down, you're not, you know what I mean?
And the funny thing is, we're talking about this, but Steam's been this since it's been around. We don't have that problem with computer games.
But, okay? Most games, even on Steam nowadays, are DRM. Because you can turn Steam to offline mode.
Uh-huh.
But most games will still not run in offline mode now.
Well, yeah.
Where it used to be a normal thing. You didn't have to worry, oh, you're offline, that's fine, I'll play my game anyway.
Yeah, that's why just like, we were saying that Grand Theft Auto 6 might be the boost to get it to $100.
Yeah.
There's certain companies that were the boost to get online only. Like,
yeah.
Oh, Xbox One has to be online all the times. Everybody lost their shit. Then PlayStation ends up doing it. And
well, no. Yeah. That wasn't the first though. That wasn't the first big upset.
What was it?
The first big upset, and I remember I was livid about it. Okay. Was when PlayStation. I think it was PlayStation was the first one to really go online. When you could first go online, you could just connect to the server and it would work. Okay, you had to connect to GameSpy or something like that to get it to work to play like
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, you didn't have to do anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Then after I was like 6 months after they launched. They were like, "Oh no, you have to pay like $10 a month or I forget what it was." I was livid. I was like, I already pay for internet. I can go on my computer and play any of my games.
It had to have been PlayStation 3.
No, it was PlayStation 2 at least. It was
I never paid online for anything PlayStation 2 because PlayStation 2 was its own like modem adapter thing.
It was,
and it wasn't like Wi-Fi or nothing. And like that's how I played Finest Hour online.
Yeah.
Disconnected. How would you even have? Because there was no.
Well, no, you went through
online OS type of thing.
No, you had to go through like GameSpy Network or whatever it was. You had to go through.
So you had to have like a computer or something to do it.
There was a way to do it, and then at some point they started charging, and I remember being like so pissed. I was like,
because I remember when PlayStation 3 was free.
Well, PlayStation and Xbox both started charging.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Nintendo started charging as well. For the online. I remember being like, I will never play an online game. I was like, I was dead set. I was like, we had a podcast way back then. I'd be like, I am never playing an online game on a console because of that reason. And granted, I was justified at the time because like I could go on my computer, buy a game on my computer, and just play it online. I didn't have to worry about like paying some extra fee to play the game online.
Yeah, that's why like with MMOs, that's why I'm like, if I'm gonna pay $15 a month to play a game online that's supposed to be mass multiplayer.
Yeah.
I'm going to play with people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If I'm paying to play it monthly, I'm playing with people because that's what you're supposed to do with the game.
Yeah.
When you got all these other people that just solo everything, play a fucking RPG. Like, I can't. I would never play alone. And it would aggravate me because I would like say I would play with Woody, and he'd level up way ahead of me. I'm like, well, I wanted to play with people.
Yeah, but the thing is though, okay, they would lose a lot of market share because they could easily do this. They could easily go, hey, here's a non-online version of that game.
Oh yeah.
You can just go and play.
Mm-hmm.
And
do your fetch quests and enjoy.
Tons of people would do that. I myself personally would do that. And it wouldn't have to pay the monthly fee. But the problem is they won't do that because they want that monthly fee no matter if you're playing with people or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's also a way to make money.
Yeah.
And that, like I understand the pay the $15 because that's how they keep their servers up. That's how they keep the updates and blah, 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 blah. Maintain it.
Yeah.
But if I'm paying, I want to play with friends.
Yeah.
I hate it. That's why I like playing on my PC.
So... Yeah, but like just in general, say if you were me, like, and you're playing, normally at the time, I think I was playing Soldier of Fortune 2, okay? With a whole bunch of mods, and I could play it, and I could just go on my computer and play it. I only paid for Soldier of Fortune 2 once. I might have paid for the expansion too. Mm-hmm. But that was it, okay? I didn't pay $10 a month to play it online. Mm-hmm. Now, go to Modern Warfare on the PlayStation 3, and I have to pay an extra fee on top of my internet bill just to play that online. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to be kidding me.
And it keeps getting more expensive now in today's day and age.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, ugh. So you don't own your fucking game. You have to pay extra for the game.
To even play it.
You have to get all the DLC and skins and all this shit. But they want $100?
Yeah, they want $100.
Have a good show. See you later.
Yeah. So that being said, though, with Kindle in general, though, myself, I'm looking at companies like that make the book, the Nook.
Oh, the Nook. Is that a thing still?
The Nook, yeah.
No. Who made the Nook? Barnes & Noble made the Nook.
I think the Nook's still around. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I thought the Nook was still around. I thought they made a small comeback, and I don't know if they died again. Anyway, book is still a thing though. Book is actually still book. They're current. I remember I bought one of them. The reason why I bought one of their e-readers because it was an Android e-reader, and I was like, "Oh, this would be really cool," and it ended up being crap because it ran so slow, and it was an attempt. I mean, it was neat. I mean, and granted, supposedly the newer ones work a lot better that run on Android. The book ones they make that run Android run a lot better. But yeah. But anyway, the other one I was going to say that I'm mainly looking at to maybe switching to is the Kobo. They're one of the main competitors to Kindle. And they don't do any of this crap.
Yeah, they still make a Nook.
Yeah, they still do
through Barnes and Noble. I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, that was that was my first e-reader was a Nook.
Well, is the thing is, like, how many? There's not that many Barnes and Nobles anymore. You know.
No.
So-
Barnes and Noble's almost gone.
But I can tell you this: there is a Nook 9-inch Lenovo tablet that's color for $150. Have you seen how much the Color Soft is?
No.
So the Color Soft, I think it's called that. Kindle Color Soft. Kindle Color. Yeah, Color Soft. Is $280. It's an e-ink, but it's got color. But the only thing you're seeing in color is the book covers.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Because everything else, and you can highlight stuff with
Yes.
color. That's it.
Yeah.
$280 when you can get a freaking Kindle for like $50 or whatever, $160.
Yeah,
Because she wants the Color Soft. I'm like, no.
But well, no. Okay. There are, which is what I'm debating on getting. So the newer,
What's the Color Soft?
the newer Kobos are colored.
Oh,
they're not even half that price,
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
and they're running the same technology
$280.
almost. So yeah, that's what I'm debating on switching to, because that is kind of messed. Like when companies do shit like that, it makes my brain hurt. People, okay? Like why do you choose to be a bad person? Like what makes you in life to go, I really want to just screw someone over just for fun? I really get, I get a laugh out of it, so let's do it. And it just makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder, why do you make the choices you do in life?
Oh, Rakuten makes it. And it's in color. And it has night vision too, like blue light mode.
Yeah. So, like, it makes, like, these kind of things, like, I understand you're running a business and you want to make money. Okay, I get that. But where does the line get drawn? Okay? When you realize you really are really ripping off people, like, honest people that are, like, I mean, they're willing to pay the money for your books. They're willing to buy the money. Like myself, I'll buy Kindle books. And yes, I take them off. I download them and I take the DRM off because I don't want DRM. Okay? I'm sorry. I want to own it. It's mine. I just paid for it. Okay?
Yeah.
The same thing with, like, I still buy physical books myself as well. I don't have DRM my physical books. There's not, like, I can't open it, like, you mean, it doesn't lock me out of opening it. Like,
That'd be hilarious. No, you ain't opening this shit.
yeah. Like, what?
It's not a book. It's a fucking grimoire where you need to know the password to
Get into it. Yeah. Oh my god. So yeah, that's not a thing. I don't have to worry about that. So, like, where does this happen, and where can we get, like, and is it going to take some big authors? Like, for instance, it wasn't until, like, Brandon Sanderson really put his foot down with Audible changed a lot of its policies, because he was one of their top authors for selling books. When he went, listen, I'm taking my entire catalog off Audible unless you change some policies at Audible. And they were like, whoa.
Yeah, but isn't Audible about audio?
Well, yeah, but they were because they were willing to give him, like, a huge percentage of the profits from Audible, right? Because it's him. Okay? But they were giving, like, 10% to the low authors. And when he found this out about other authors that were just starting out, like he was one day, he was like, he got cut to Audible. He was like, what's going on here? Why do you give these small authors like 10% of the profit when you're giving me like 60? What the hell's going on? He's like, if you don't change this, I'm pulling all my books off Audible. Is it going to take somebody that's a decent person like Brandon Sanderson to step up to Amazon and go, listen, what the hell? Like a person that actually has that sells a lot of books on Amazon and goes, listen, if you don't do, or I should say a group of authors get together with Amazon, because there's a lot of authors, obviously. If, say, like, all the fantasy authors got together and said, listen, Amazon, either you change this or we're pulling all our books off your catalog.
So not only is it like Kindle and stuff, it's also video games.
Yep.
DVDs.
Well, more
not DVDs, but like the video on demand.
Yes.
What the hell is it? What is that site called? You buy the movies.
Yeah.
Voodoo.
Yeah, and you
Stuff
can
like
download
that.
digital.
Yeah. Those aren't yours.
No. But it's a digital copy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did I have not bought a DVD in years? Do they still come with like digital copies?
Yes, they come with digital codes. Through Voodoo, they still do that.
That's like
I have a
same thing as music. Like a lot of my records that I buy come with a code to be able to download the thing, which I'm kind of upset some of them that didn't. I'm like, why didn't this not come with a code for digital?
Oh yeah, no, that's they should. I mean, but some websites, some bands do offer like really cheap versions of the digital copy though. Mm-hmm. So, and some even offer them like there's tons of bands that even like somewhat big bands that still have Bandcamp like websites where they'll sell like the
Bandcamp. Jesus,
they'll sell like a version of the new album like on Bandcamp for like $7 or something.
What is interesting was when Linkin Park came out with their new album.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. It is so freaking good. I don't care what anybody says. She's not bad with her own songs. Some of the songs she sings that Chester sang might not be so good, but the album, great. They came out with that on cassette.
No, I know.
There was like 4 different version, like colorways too.
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch of different record colorways, and they came out with that one. I'm like, God dang it. It was like a rotoscope or something like that, whatever the hell they call it.
So, and I'm not sure if anybody realized that, because a lot of people think it's just hipsters like coming out with cassettes. No. Oh,
I think they were like digital cassettes or something like that.
Well, no.
High-end cassettes.
There's high-end cassettes. There's such thing as that too. But there is a whole campaign with amongst like musicians, like upcoming musicians, not to release on Spotify, to release on like Bandcamp, or if you want to do a physical release, do a physical release on cassette because it's super cheap to do it.
And plus, they're not the amount of money they're making through Spotify
is literally 0.00 a cent off like one listen. Like it's ridiculous how much little they make off it.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad. You have to get so many listens to get even like
the question is, do they own their own music once they upload it?
Oh, that's a whole other thing. That's one thing that drives me up a wall. I really have to go through. I have to at some point. I have such a huge music collection for producing videos. I have to go through and just delete everything that I don't actually have the license for, even though it's royalty free.
Which is annoying.
Because all my music I do have is actually royalty free, but we do have a couple of videos, like literally like 2 years after I've uploaded them, all of a sudden copyright claim because somebody else bought them or something, and it was originally it's still royalty free or whatever, but now someone else owns it and they want you to pay $2 whatever for the rights. So it's like, oh, listen, I downloaded this like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like this is ridiculous. There should have been a limit. Like holy crap! Like, no, this video has been up on the channel for 2 years. You can't copyright at this point.
Yeah, there should be a statute of limitations.
You had the chance to.
It's been 3 years. Like if it's bought and you used it before that, it should be free.
Yeah,
it should be. They can see the date it was uploaded.
Yeah,
so it should be like, oh, well, you're out of luck, dude. You ain't getting no money for that.
Yeah, because this what
if our channel like made money, and it was a huge video. We made like a bunch of money off of that video, and then 2 years later we get a freaking copyright. Do we have to pay them? Do we have to pay them back?
No. But all the money we make past that, we would lose.
Past that, okay.
Because everything I do put on our videos now, every single thing, I make sure I actually have the physical license for. Because that's what you do when you dispute it.
Are you paying for them? Or
no,
you just ask them?
Independent authors will give you the license.
How do you get the hold of them?
Whatever website you get it from, they'll have a download just for the license.
Oh, you don't even have to talk to them.
No.
So so that's a new thing. Because of the situation.
Yeah. So when you download the music, they'll have a separate download for. Okay, you download this track. If you're going to use it for creation, download this license so that you can dispute it if you need to.
So what do you just email them that license?
Yeah, so when you dispute, so the last video we just uploaded.
I'm kind of glad I don't edit videos anymore.
So the last video we just did, which was a cool video, we did trying to get this old like compact computer up and running, which we're trying to do a part 2 of. We had 2 copyright disputes. Okay, and obviously I immediately went in and be like, oh yeah, that's this track. Here's the license, but you have to go dispute it. You have to go, I have the license, and then go make sure if you're signing your life away. You're like, I swear to this, blah blah blah. Yeah, fuck you. Here's the damn license. I give them the license, then I sign it, and then hit okay, And usually it's like a day or even a couple hours, and it's like, oh, the copyright's been released. And what's weird, so I'm betting people, so I know people are stealing people's music from the sites I get it from, because they'll come up for the dispute, not even the same track name or author. I'm like, what in the hell? So somebody stole that music from the original author, and then is now trying to claim a copyright on it.
Oh, there's people get copyrights for things that have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Like the time we got a...
Oh, yeah, that's
whatever the fuck the sound was.
That's the only time I've ever seen us get a copyright for a noise effect.
Yeah.
I'm guessing YouTube must have done something about that, because I've never seen it since. And I use like all kinds of effects. And I've never seen us get copyrighted for effects, except for that one time.
Swoosh.
But yeah, so I know people are stealing other people's music. And it's funny because every time it is like one of the ones I notice, I'm like, wow, that's a whole nother, like for instance, like the second copyright we got in this video, it was called like vlog something. And I'm like, I listened to the video and I'm like, that's not the song it's playing. And then I go into the video, I'm like, it was like Jazz Cafe something called. And it was a whole different author too. But I have the license. I was like, here is this. And it was like, and those always take like a day or two because the person's like,
yeah, damn it. And it's funny because they're doing these copyright claims and we're not monetized. So what are they going to get out of it? Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, it's dumb. It's really dumb. So yeah, but every time, like obviously all the stuff I upload, we upload. We don't have to worry. Because I don't use anything unless I actually have the license for it. So, which is great of music authors actually doing that. And the thing that sucked, it's going to be a pain in the ass. I would love to actually start doing our own music. We have to upload that to a site so we can claim the digital copyright for ourselves, make our license, which you have to pay a fee for, and then get that. And then
there's got to be an easier way.
And then you can obviously, then you'll have your own license for your music, so that if someone's going to do it,
but you have to have a license for each song.
Yes.
How much does that cost?
I don't remember. It's not super expensive, but it's not super cheap either.
Because I still want to make.
I know.
Our own, like theme song type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I want like a rock, but digi.
I know. it's super. At some point, I'm going to dive into and actually figure that out and try to upload some tracks to a site that I normally go to and see what the process fully is.
That's the thing. We're just gonna have to sit in here and play shit.
Yeah.
I'll be like, here's a little keyboard, fiddle with that, and then I'll play what you want. I like this sound, and I'll be like, okay.
Oh, I have way more fun on music making programs with instruments and stuff. I have like 3 different ones now. What do I use? What the hell's the? What the hell? It starts with an F.
Fruity Loops.
I don't know. It's something. Anyway, it's really powerful. I'm debating on buying it because the demo allows
FL Studio.
Yeah, that's it. FL. So super powerful. Has a bunch of really cool shit, and you can make some really crazy instruments on it. And I'm waiting for a sale, and I'll probably end up buying it.
It might have been on one of those Humble Bundle things a long time ago.
No, that one's never been on Humble. I do have a few I've bought off Humble Bundle, but that are fairly good. But that one, just FL Studio, is incredible. At some point, I'm eventually just going to buy it.
Here's a question: do we own DaVinci?
Yes.
We own our copy of... Oh, we have a license.
We do. We have the official license. People can't dispute that.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, a product, a company that's honest and goes, here, have the product. Okay? Enjoy it. I mean, here's your license for pretty much a lifetime of updates. Okay? Where Adobe, you're paying...
a monthly fee.
Yeah.
Everything's monthly fee.
Like I pay $10 a month for Photoshop. Until I get really good at, but the problem is with Photoshop right now, Photoshop is doing an incredible job advancing with AI tools that are built into Photoshop now. And obviously Infinity Painter does too, but they're not keeping up to the level as Photoshop is progressing, because Infinite Painter is what I would like to transition to.
You need to take your title cards.
Okay.
Use Photoshop AI and take like the photo you have, but say make you shocked.
Oh.
And see how it does, making you go,
Well, no, it can't do that. There is there is software that can do that. Okay, but the problem is I have to take a bunch of photos of myself of doing fairly the same thing, and then feed it into a learning model to give it to AI, so it can learn what I look like, what all my facial expressions look like, and then once it does that, it can start making images of me naturally.
Well, you did it with the other thing.
Yeah, and those are okay. They weren't super great.
They were a little cartoony looking. But
yeah,
it
but
was
there,
cool.
but there are ways to do images though. Just a little bit of a process.
Yeah, but you don't own that either.
Yeah, I do own my AI software on my computer.
Oh yeah.
Because I run, which is a fork of Stable Diffusion, called Focus, which I run on my own computer, and I give it my own learning models. That there's a site you can get that other artists upload. They've trained AI on how, oh hey, this is my art. Here you go. This is what it's trained on. You can take that down, give it to your AI, and go, hey, here's a new learning model. Use this if I prompt you to.
So going back to you owning it, all right? So most of the stuff that you buy, you download from a website or a launcher, like Steam or Kindle, Amazon, whatever the hell it is.
Yep.
And now you won't be able to get the physical download.
You can't download the physical copy.
So
well, you can't download the digital. It's a digital copy, but it's a piece of data you have on your PC, which you can't do anymore.
And most of the other stuff, it's just streamed.
Yes, like there's Kindle Unlimited, which is streamed books.
Yeah, you don't have it physically on any devices. It comes from another server.
Yes.
So at one point, the only way you're going to own your media is if it's pirated, because you'll have it downloaded onto your device or like your computer.
Well, no, like for
on a hard drive.
Well, okay, yes and no. Like downloading your own Kindle books and then ripping the DRL is not illegal. You've just paid for that license. You can do that now. Mm-hmm. Okay,
but you can't with Kindle now.
No, I think it's like in 2 days. I think it's from now. It's going to be. You can't do that anymore.
Now, are they going to change the file format? Can you break into a Kindle to take that book off of it?
So there are ways to do that, but not easy. The Kindle.
So it's not like just dropping a USB-C and.
The Kindle firmware is fairly locked down for the most part. It's not easy to mess with too much.
So it's not like it's not click and drag.
Well, the Kindle Fires are easy to break. Those are super easy.
Those are garbage, though.
Those are super easy to break.
I wonder how the new ones are. Probably still
but
garbage.
the e-readers are a little bit harder. But the thing is, though, I would bet, and I was saying this earlier, I would bet because the main app that a lot of people use to rip the DRM off is Calibre. Okay, and I would bet that now that there's motivation to do it, Calibre is going to add into their software the ability to plug in your Kindle to your computer and rip the books off it. Because now there's actually a need for it. So, but I'm sure they're going through like the legality, how much they can get away with and stuff before they actually do that. So I think that's just a matter of time. But up until then, I think there might be people that might be able to figure out ways you could do it. By getting into like your Kindle from like a command prompt and getting stuff off and stuff like that. But yeah, there's going to be a bunch of ways I'm sure to do it. And again, is it worth it? And if we really want to send a message, don't waste your time trying to do that. Just send a message. Don't buy a Kindle book again after this change happens. Don't buy another Kindle book and possibly switch to another e-reader. And don't buy any more Kindle books. Okay, don't download their stuff. Okay. And if your favorite author is not on whatever device, get a group together and be like, hey, listen, could you please put your book on like whatever other site? We will all buy it. You know what I mean? Because there's some authors that are locked to like just Amazon and stuff like that. I think it's what it comes down to. But yeah, like I would be hard pressed to see like people that haven't pirated yet for movies and TV shows. Everybody.
If they don't have a computer if they have a computer, they're pirating basically. If they have any like limited knowledge of it, they that's a thing they can do. But then there's also Kodi and stuff or whatever they use these days. I don't even know what they use.
Well, no, there's a bunch of different apps and stuff that are always that have always popped up. Like there's Popcorn Flicks was a big one for a little bit, and these were apps that were literally on app stores, like on Apple app stores, on the Android app stores. But then they get taken down because of piracy and stuff like that. Because the way the piracy law is in the United States anyway, is you can view the files, but you can't transmit the files.
Well, we don't need to transmit them.
No, I know. Which is why it's not illegal for you to watch it, but illegal for the person that's transmitting it. But a lot of times that's in other countries.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like tough. That's like with like how like the Pirate Bay got shut down and stuff like that.
Oh man, what was the other one? Oh, there was another one I used all the time. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. Because I didn't like using the Pirate Bay. There was another one I used all the time, and it always had like a new update where it was a different website.
Oh, all of them did. They always moved around. But I would bet though, because of how high, how much piracy has gone up, I would be hard pressed to have someone in America answer you honestly, if they have not pirated a piece of media. Okay? Because I guarantee they have. I guarantee it's like 98% or something around that. That somebody, you've pirated something. Okay? There's no way that it's 0% or even less than 50. That's not even remotely possible. You know what I mean? And it becomes the ease of access. Okay. For instance, like tons of people used to, obviously everybody knows about the whole Napster controversy and stuff like that. Everybody used to pirate music. Okay. Okay. So it was
Kick-ass torrents.
Oh yeah.
Kick-ass. Yep.
Kick-ass torrents.
That's what it is.
So everybody was pirating music. Everybody I knew anyway. Like when Napster was like first coming around and stuff like that, everybody was freaking pirating music, and there was tons of like websites, well not websites, apps and stuff, LimeWire and stuff. Everybody was pirating from. Okay,
and people didn't think it was illegal either. They didn't think it was pirating. They're like, oh, it's a cool site I can find music on. Oh, yes. I can download it because growing up we had tape players with which you could record the radio station from.
Yes,
so
which was technically illegal.
Yeah, which in our eyes was the same freaking thing, which just was CDs.
Which they United States, the movie industry tried to make it illegal for you to record stuff off your TV with your VCR.
Well, they still do that for what, WWE, NASCAR, and stuff like that. Sports events, they don't record it. This is a gazillion-dollar fine.
No, that's not okay. But then, what was it in '87? The court ruled that's not illegal. I think it was '87 or '88
to record the audio.
No, record a program off your TV.
Oh, okay.
That you were watching. It was deemed not illegal. Because the movie industry.
Oh, but it says you cannot resell. You can't sell it or charge.
Yeah, you can't sell it, obviously. But that's a whole other crime.
Who in the hell wants to freaking sell a freaking tape that you recorded on a four-head VCR?
Yeah, sure, people did.
Oh yeah.
Or you could have people that had your parent or your dad had a friend in the cable company and just get everything.
Boy, I can tell you. Just getting those nostalgia hits right now. Going to Suncoast Video.
Oh yeah.
Buy all the DVD. Oh, I'm buying all the Clerks. I just bought Clerks. Oh, the Clerks cartoon. Oh, I bought in that shit. Oh man.
Well, that was like my big thing. So me and Grim used to. I think we used to get paid. Yeah, we got paid. Well, yeah, it was like. Yeah, we still get paid. Anyway, whatever day we got paid. I forget what day it was. It was one day of the week. We used to always go to the Crystal Mall.
Every Friday for me.
And and we would go straight to the foreign DVD section to buy different like Japanese movies.
We probably passed each other.
Probably.
I guarantee it.
So yeah, that's what that was me and Graham. We'd buy foreign Japanese movies and anime. Like I forget what day of the week it was. But yeah, we used to go. And that was our first thing. Paid, we're going to the mall.
And there was two stores. There was Suncoast and there was something else. Oh, and always Electronics Boutique.
Oh yeah, EB. Yeah,
EB
yeah. Oh, man.
Games.
Yeah. Oh man.
EB Kids, whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah.
But, yeah. There was 2 movie stores, Suncoast Movies and something else. I don't remember the other one.
Yeah, there was another big one.
FYE's leaving now.
Yep.
It's, I love malls.
I think that's one of the only things left in
hurtful.
like the Crystal Mall. I think they're still there.
Anything real.
Yeah, there's not much left in the Crystal Mall. There's
No.
like 2 shops left.
Yeah.
I think they're one of them.
It's devastating. It's really.
And there's only like 2 things in the food court.
Yeah, the 2 Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut's gone. Taco Bell's gone.
Yeah.
Charlie's is gone. Charlie's is at the Lisbon Walmart.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Can we throw Subway out?
Right?
Anyway.
All Charlie's stuff tastes the same.
I
though.
love Charlie's.
You can't have that every day, though. That's just too. Ugh. I have it like once in a
Okay.
moon.
If Subway would just stop using that recipe for their bread.
I want old Subway. Like, I wish they could just bring back original Subway,
Yeah.
where they cut the bread down the middle. It
Oh, yeah.
tasted good. Like,
Well, they did-
everything just tasted.
They didn't add sugar to the bread.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, you take a piece of bread from Jersey Mike's and from Subway, it's completely different.
Oh yeah.
Completely different.
But Subway was amazing back in the day. Growing up,
Yeah.
we got our Subway at freaking
Well,
right in Occam, and we're like, oh, me and Tyler used to walk there and grab some. It was
when the original owners had it, yeah, it was great. It's passed through like 3 owners now since.
yeah. They need to go back to basics.
Yeah.
Find the old recipes.
Or something, yeah. Well, they're owned by a parent company that owns like Dunkin', Annie's, like whatever. They own like a bunch of shit.
I think ours is supposed to get like Dunkin' stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Do they just get Dunkin' K cups? It's probably what's gonna happen.
That's pretty stupid. Anyway, but yeah, physical media. Where do you think it's going? Do you think we should be able to actually be able to own, even if it's a digital copy, be able to own it on your device? Like, do we have that right? And if we don't, I would love to hear your opinion, because that'd be really interesting. Because I wouldn't agree with you, but I would love to hear what you have to say.
And what's your favorite sub shop?
Yeah, what's your favorite sub shop? Oh man, Jersey Mike's all the way, everybody.
Yeah,
if you're not
pretty
going to
good.
Jersey Mike's, you're doing something wrong.
Firehouse subs, they're pretty good. Remember when we went?
Oh yeah, Firehouse Subs pretty good.
They're pretty
They're
good.
pretty good. Yeah, Firehouse Subs.
Quiznos is gone.
used to be good.
Yeah, they were good.
They changed owners and went way downhill.
Yeah,
Their quality
There's
went
only a handful
south.
left. I think they are only in the south now.
Well, hey,
But yeah, D'Angelo's is okay depending on where you go.
D'Angelo's is really good actually.
Yeah. But the D'Angelo's that way in Narragansett or
Yeah.
no Wakefield do not take coupons.
Oh, huh.
Nope.
That's
We
interesting.
don't do that. It's because they're like a corporate, and that one's like owned.
Oh,
Something like that. I
that's
don't know.
weird.
But the one in Wakefield does have like a bakery next to it. Like it's in the same building.
Oh,
And you can, while you're buying this, you can just, they have like some fresh bakery stuff you can buy from them too.
Yeah.
Which is strange.
that's like weird. That's like the Domino's that's in Westerly. Everything is like $1 more than advertised, because it's like some privately owned company by New York
Oh.
that owns that Domino's, and they charge an extra $1 for everything. I'm like, what? This is.
Oh, there's a big sale at Domino's right
I know.
now.
I already used it once.
You could get up to like 9 toppings
Yeah,
for
we did.
$10.
We did it once. already. We did it once. Anyway, I saw Mr. Bo.
Oh, he's still working there?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so this has been Talking Gaming and Tech. Give your opinion. Obviously, this is when the podcast is uploaded. You can leave your feedback then. If you're listening to us, then you can leave your feedback. There's a little click on thing. You can leave your feedback of what you think. But yeah, we hope we didn't see anybody really in the comments on YouTube, but we hope you enjoyed. Maybe you didn't leave a comment. Maybe you were lurking. But we'll see how successful this is. And if it is, we'll do it again on YouTube. But we will say, but you know what? You're on youtube.com/TechCrimeMedia, so you're already there. So if you're not on there, well, go check us out. And we will see you hopefully in 2 weeks.
And for the latest and greatest in gaming and tech, Tech Prime Media, we'll see you next time.